Damn it, I said that was gonna be the last one and I just keep fucking talking and talking and talking. Let's see if I can just run through it and finish it. What's your favorite holiday?
What's your favorite holiday?
Oh, well, that's easy. It's Thanksgiving. Ah,
There's food.
when you're homeless like I am, it's really hard to find places to sleep. On Thanksgiving, I can sleep in front of any storefront, entrance window, and everyone just thinks I'm queuing for the Black Friday sales, and I get left alone. It's pure bliss and just warms my heart every Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. That makes sense. I would have figured there's more, like, Christmas tree boxes a little bit after, but that one, I mean, even homeless shelters and stuff, they you know, the food, that one, they do better that one day. That's a thing. That one actually made me sad. I don't like punching down, man. Punching down. Ouch. I deserve that, though. I've been pretty critical of the game. And the actors and characters, and I don't know how much any of this is actually real or not. Well, we're done with you then for now. What's the worst way you betrayed a friend?
What's the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
I gave a lot of my friends chlamydia.
On purpose?
In fairness, some of them probably had it already.
They may have given it to you.
Open.
Yeah, just like, yeah, spreading it around. The more the merrier. No. I didn't have a lot of explanation, but I guess that's enough. Whatever. Whatever. I honestly don't want to know more. I'm good. I'm good on that.
I know how to survive in the wilderness.
Okay.
I can tell what's edible. I can build a shelter and fire. I can clean water so it's safe to drink. Just survival skills in general. I don't like being dependent on money or
That's
on society,
useful.
so I learned how to get by on my own.
Still, seems to happen after you've already, I mean, maybe you learned that and still went to school and got all the good grades and then went and did the work track and then went to Burning Man and then everything changed. It would make, again, it just seems like more of this bridge is being built between these two characters that indicates they are related, because not just because, you know, is that Punnett Square? Yeah, where it's like, oh, you know, red hair, you know, fair skin, you know, but doesn't talk about parents, has a reason to seemingly be self-reliant, other person self-reliant, looking for them. It just seems like they would say something about their parents either way, unless it was deliberate. How about your happiest memory?
What's your happiest memory?
That's easy. First
The
time I
fishing
went to
trip.
Burning Man.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't
the fishing trip.
loved
It's like, no,
Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Back then, I worked myself
why did I
to
ask
death
this question?
at my office job. I only averaged maybe 50 hours per week, but the stress, it stayed with me all the time, so it felt like 100. Burning Man was the very first vacation I ever took.
Probably the first one you could really afford.
To be free from work for multiple days straight,
it just seems.
Changed my life.
This just seems like a logical sequence of events that. Like, her character seems more believable if you actually assume she's Mallory. Despite the fact that we know her character isn't named Mallory, but she could have changed her name. It would make sense for any number of reasons. I know what she does for...
If you were going to be stranded on an island,
she's going to be like my mom, because she left me stranded. Oh,
I know
she
the standard
she
answer is to know
she
someone
no
that
she
you
went out of her way to
can't
be like, I'm
honestly
taking
live,
some
but that's
motherfucker
actually
down with
pretty
me.
cool. You're basically condemning the person
Yeah.
you picked to be
She's like,
stranded
I'm
on a
taking
deserted
the
island.
worst
That's a
motherfucker
pretty
out with
awful
me.
thing to do to someone.
Yep.
I'd pick no one. I'd be stuck on the island by myself.
I don't know. Who's it that? Oh no, Sam who.
That's a lie.
Ah!
This is embarrassing.
That's the first time. Is that the
Hooked
first
up to
time
a lie detector.
anybody has
I
actually
picked Chris
lied?
Hemsworth. Sorry, Chris.
That does suck for Chris. I assume he is married to like an incredibly gorgeous woman. I don't know. I would assume. I don't keep up with who, whatever, whenever. That's not important to me. But I just assume. I just assume. Or if he's not, it's definitely by choice, and it's still whatever of his preference, gorgeous people, stuff all the time. That would be my assumption, because I assume. That said, Chris Holmes. Okay, whatever. What else did they name drop? Ah. That's fair enough. Did I do pet peeve? I forgot. I don't think I asked
What's
it.
your most unusual pet peeve?
It's the first time I've seen anybody actually lie.
It drives me crazy when people throw away plastic bottles with the cap screwed on. I understand that people are busy and can't
No,
always do much to help
that's-
the environment, but all they have to do in this case is not screw the cap back on. If they put the cap on, then there's air trapped in the bottle. and
That's
it
why
won't
you
float
crush
out
it.
in the landfill. Just leave the cap off, and the bottle will get crushed and
Oh,
will
we
take
can
up
do
way
that.
less space. It literally takes less than no effort.
Enough weight will still crush it. While plastic bottles are pretty sturdy, there's a lot of sharp odds and ends, but maybe I'm wrong, and maybe that doesn't do it. And it definitely would take up space without enough weight and properly affixed. I prefer to crush the bottle, then put the cap on so that it doesn't have any air in it. But it has less air in it. It's crushed with sealing in a little bit of air and maintaining that size. But perhaps it would be better not to put the cap on at all, because it would be crushed more effectively. I feel like if it gets put into a brick, like potentially the character that is your mom somehow survived or whatever, it doesn't, that is that the tensile strength and pressure and such, it's not gonna make it through that. But a lot of times it's just thrown in. I don't know. I guess I have to look it up. I'll probably forget, but I like to squeeze out the air that I can, and just it takes up less space. But maybe it could take up less space in a longer term thing. I just mean like in the trash can. But landfill may be better. All right. Let's quick run through this guy. Let's quick run. What's your biggest fear, buddy?
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is dying.
But
I mean, duh. Like, I don't want to die.
you're a simple man.
But not in any particular way. You know, people are like, oh, I want to drown.
It's just in
Or
general.
by a lion. Like, I don't care how I go. I just don't want to be dead.
I think you would if it came down to wheel of misfortune. There are better and worse ways to go, sir. If you're afraid of dying, the best way, I would assume, to die, if you're asked the question and you're telling the truth, what are you afraid of? What are you most afraid of? And it's dying. You would want to go in your sleep of old age peacefully. Basically, the way it works is you get old, stomach lining. Well, there's other ways. There's multiple ways, but the one I'm familiar with is a basic. This is what happens: stomach lining kind of gives out. The person gets kind of groggy and sleepy, complains of a little bit of stomach issues. Now that makes anybody this like, oh god, it's me. Today's the day. It's like, no, that everybody stomach issues are literally one of the highest symptoms of all the things. Everybody's got stomach issues all the time. It's diets and stuff. Maybe you're eating too much grass, like that one lady says, because you don't have multiple stomachs. Anyway, stomach lining gets a hole in it. Now you're leaking internally. It isn't as bad as it sounds. Just get tired and go lay down, go to sleep, don't wake up. Pretty simple. It's like, it's not a particularly bad way to go. It's distressing for others, you know, because, but I mean, when is it not going to be? You know, like, I don't, like, there's better ways to go and there's worse ways to go. Better ways is like, I stand for my point, and you know, it's like, it's a zombie apocalypse and I have a grenade and I just got bit by a zombie and I'm gonna save my entire squad of people by being bit by all these zombies and they tear me apart, but I'm going to blow them all the fuck and save everybody and not be a zombie. That's a better way to go, right? I guess, you know, it's just like, you know, that's good. Like, my terms, bitch! Boop. What's your pet
What's
peeve?
your most unusual?
But just being afraid of death, you know.
Can't stand it when people are FaceTiming or like on speaker
I hate this.
around me, like as if I'm not there, stomping around with their big loud conversation, like
Bit of a
you're holding me hostage
narcissistic
to your
perspective to
conversation.
have,
I
but
don't give a shit. Go somewhere else. What happened to, you know, phones that
It's-
you had to hold up to your ear
it's a free
so I didn't have
country.
to listen to you? That shit
It's
drives me crazy.
That's actually, nah, it's a valid answer. A lot of people are bothered by that. I myself am not a big fan. Now we live in a world where at least I look a little less crazy when I'm just talking to myself for no fucking reason. Because, you know, you don't know that I don't have a Bluetooth. But everybody just walk around like that kind of makes us all look crazy, or gives crazy people a bad name. Because they're like, damn it, Daniel, you're in the damn vans. I'm talking about the stocks. Vans. They're up and they're down. They're in and they're out. They're hot and they're cold. Yes and they're no. Come on. This is not fireworks. I need a lion. Okay, that's all I got. Alright, did I tell him the super... Did I ask him the superpower? What's the superpower about?
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Immortality?
Oh yeah,
I've heard
he's...
nerds say like, oh, that would be a curse or something like that, but I don't believe that. That's BS. If I could choose anything, yeah, I'd live forever, for sure.
As yourself? Like, immortality without anything to sort of protect yourself ain't so great. Because, you know, even just, you know, people just, like, get stuck under stuff. Like, even if you're not, like, the most adventurous person, like, that's the whole problem with being immortal, is that if on a long enough timeline, the survival rate for everyone drops to 0, and on a long enough timeline, if your survival rate can't drop to 0, it will inevitably result in you know, getting stuck somewhere, you know? Now, depending on the level of immortality and the way it works, if you can just be like, oh, my leg is stuck, and you can just chew off your leg and then it grows back, or you just, I have no leg! You know, take me down to the paradise city with Mrs. Green, and I can eat them in my many stomachs, and they girls are pretty. Got no legs, I have no legs. Can't hide away. No, that's really sad and distressing. I didn't like that. References that make me sad and uncomfortable. But yeah, no, immortality, depending on the ways, like, to quote Jackie Chan, immortality hurts. And now I know what year that is. Did I ask you about the island?
If you were going to be stranded on an island with one person of your choosing,
Let me
who would it
guess.
be?
Michelle
my first
Pfeiffer.
thought's Margot Robbie, but
Ah,
she has kids, and I'm not gonna separate a mother from her kids. So
well, that's
Megan Fox.
nice enough for you.
Megan Fox has
Eh!
kids too.
He's like, I know that. Bummer.
Does Dua Lipa have kids?
I don't think so.
I haven't heard
Dua
so
Lipa.
much of who that
Final
person
answer.
is. I don't know who they are. I think they're a musician. I hear the name a lot. I don't have a name to face. He's like Dua Lipa. All right. I mean, this is like a 2024 game, I believe. So it was 2023, 2024. You're like Dua Lipa. All right. I don't know. Margot Robbie, literal Barbie, and also just seems like the friggin' sweetest heart. You know, she's such a sweetheart from everything I've seen. Just like people who work with her, and I don't watch interviews. Just they show up sometimes, and I'm just like, nice, like, good for you. Like I like your work. You're fun, not just for being Harley Quinn, but and again DC favoritism here, but in their thing, but just Barbie, just good range. Megan Fox, here less. I mean, I don't know. Super hot. I don't know. I really liked Jennifer's Body. I thought that was an amazing work that really, it's the reason it didn't get as much attention as it deserved is because it's exactly what it needed to be, and unfortunately the world just wasn't ready and probably still ain't, and that sucks. It's more of a reflection upon us. And I just want to see her, leaned over a car in Transformers, or whatever sexual icon, stuff thing, instead of, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about her, and I don't know who the fuck Dua Lipa is. Let me saying it right. I already forgot. What's the dumbest? Let's just say your favorite holiday.
What is your favorite holiday?
Gonna be like New Year's,
Well, when I was growing up, it was Christmas, hands down.
but
Probably
now
every kid's favorite holiday.
Right.
But now it's Thanksgiving, for sure.
just food.
Day off from work,
But
food, lots of good food, and football.
the
My
ball.
favorite things.
The ball.
That's the end of this round.
Fair enough.
We'll soon find out who will be going.
Shit, I
After
really
this message
do
from our
not
sponsor.
know who I'm gonna send home this time. I guess.
Today's episode is brought
Brought to you by the letter K.
Now
Just
it's
K.
time for the audience to vote.
Oh, that's weird.
Please enter the selection of
That's
the
a
contestant
weird.
you think
It was
will
K
be
last time. I already saw that. That's not new, but that has something to do with something else I'm watching. The character's name is K, and it's like, that's weird. Like, that's not exactly a statistically probable thing. I mean, it's just the letter K. It's like K's. K could be a lot of things. I wanted him to win, but I kind of want to see which one. I feel like I could just look it up. And you know what? I'm gonna listen to the actual liar more. I don't know. I'm pretty confident he's just a fucking liar, and I know. Pretty sure he's not a liar. She is. Which one do I care more about? About hearing more of. I gotta review.
The votes are in. The audience has voted to send home
If
Autumn.
Mallory means something and like it translates
It's probably
to
for the best I didn't win.
money,
So
just
money really leads to happiness.
really leads to happiness. She just like smiles in such a bitter. See, that's like turns against what she said. She's like, "Oh no, I can't return the wallet with the money. I'd just be doing them a disservice." You know, it's like, oh, but then like lots of money just leads to happiness. It's like makes it sound like you're lying. I'm gonna end this here and just be done with it for now because I kept going for too long. It's all good. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with him as the winner, but I don't know yet.